This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
What is poppin', everybody? And welcome back to another special episode of the Only Friends podcast. Well, you know, I'm here with my only friends and my boy Tortu. Hey, sidekick.
Hi, Conrad. I think it's funny, and that was like the most human thing that I've seen from you in a while, where Guapo goes, "Okay, guys, microphones are on," and obviously, as he says that, he turns the microphones on, and Conrad just has an earworm in that moment, and he goes, "Microphone check." Everybody watching heard it. We all looked at you weird. It's like, who let this man cook?
You gotta let him cook. It was good, you know.
Connie cooks.
Gotta check the mics.
The blooper for the people.
It's kind of ironic that happened today. I was watching the Pat McAfee show this morning, and they were getting word that they were having audio issues. But as a viewer, it didn't seem like there was anything off. So instead of, like, they have the ability to kind of cut. They have like these segments created where they'll cut to a break and, you know, run like a 5-minute, not commercial, but like B-roll, whatever. But instead of doing that, they just lean in and start to meme the people saying that they have audio issues. So they're sitting there going like, "This is for the experience when you change the channel." And I'm like dying. I don't know why I find it to be so funny that they actually just viewers at once. But
yeah, why not?
Pat McAfee has a special.
Oh, getting an audience that big just so you control them.
Well,
I just trolled you guys a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How so?
I was hitting the mute button on you.
Well done. Well done, young man.
He's quick.
Guapo is quick.
Well, he gets paid the big bucks.
He does
Big
get paid
tortillas.
The
Big tortillas.
Right,
we get
right,
the bigs, the large size, the extra large ones.
That's right.
You know?
Those are the ones where you can actually fold in the
Yeah.
Right.
the ends.
And you can
know?
actually make a burrito with it, right?
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Not this bullshit. I don't even know what to call it. Like just when you fold it in half. That's how
quesadillas.
Wait.
Oh, well, no.
Well, the
Small
small
ones make
kinda.
quesadillas.
Yeah,
the small ones are good if you want to make like street tacos, you know.
Yeah.
I hate street tacos.
Guapo eats good
want a
I
real
make grilled
taco.
cheese out of
Also,
them.
I try to go to Gordo's Tacos after that session at Resorts World, and I thought at midnight I would be okay. Still too busy.
Oh my
Where's
god.
Gordo's?
It's right across the street.
Oh, from Resorts?
Yeah.
Man, I'm so dumb about location of things on the strip. Like I just have no ability to have a sense of direction until I actually like think about it, because I'm so used to just following Navi.
Right.
It never dawns on me that Resorts is like right by Spring Mountain, and the easiest way to get to it is like to kind of come the back route, similar to like TI, Mirage, like all of the, you come off Spring Mountain and like you can kind of come the back way, or if you take Frank Sinatra, it'll get you there that way.
Yeah.
With all the traffic on Trop now, because they're working on it, you kind of have to take these back routes. But I've been like fighting through traffic and everything else, and every day I leave and drive right past Sapphires, take the back road, and come home this way. And it wasn't until this last session on Monday where I was leaving, I go, wow, this thing is right off of Spring Mountain, huh? I could just circumvent that whole highway thing if I want to. That seems like a really great idea. Maybe we should give that a shot.
So you went, wait.
I would just take the 15 straight to
like you're going to the Win.
Yeah.
And then he would make a left either at the mall or the next one.
Right.
Onto the.
That wasn't what I was doing. That's what I should do.
I'm saying, what were you doing?
Well, what I was doing, because when you take the 215, you get caught in that fucking mess trying to get onto the 15.
Yeah.
So I was getting off on Russell and just taking Frank Sinatra that way, which was right. But it didn't dawn on me that was not like, I thought it was because of the traffic, but it's just the right way to go.
Right.
Is the point that I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And it would never dawn on me. I would have done what Conrad just said, like drove all the way to Spring Mountain, like whatever. A little bit of a tangent, a little bit of an aside.
Well.
But yeah, this is the first time I've ever even been to Resorts World. I'd never stepped
really
in the
nice.
building.
I've only been there once, but yeah, it's super nice.
You know the one thing I enjoy about Vegas? There's always a way to get somewhere where there's zero traffic.
Just gotta know the
No,
secrets.
there isn't. Yes, there is. Like, you just have to go the right way. Like, you can hit like bare minimum traffic.
How would you get to Bellagio right this very minute? Coming from like our place where you take the 215.
I'd probably take the 215 to the 15.
No, you're not. You're not.
No. I would just get off. Do the.
You just shoot over.
Is that what goes through your head when you
Here's what
think?
you do. You shoot over to Flamingo and take Flamingo straight down.
It depends on how bad the traffic
That's probably
is.
the
You
best
could
way at
probably
this
go
point.
up to the Rio way, like the little Rio sidewind way.
Oh, you're not doing any of that because you're not getting onto the 15.
Yeah,
it's bumper to bumper.
Don't get on the
Alright,
15. No,
that's
just
fine.
go straight to Flamingo and down.
No,
Yeah, but
there's
that's long.
there's a side road where the Rio is. There's a side road where the
That's
Rio
Dean
is.
Martin. I understand.
Yeah, and
The only way you're getting to Dean Martin is if you take Blue Diamond.
There's no other entrance.
No matter what, it's gonna the trip to Bellagio is longer now. Is the simple answer. So this whole that you're just gonna skirt the traffic and you're gonna find a way to just be free and willy and get there 17 minutes door to door like you have been.
Bellagio is the shittiest place in the world because like there's no other way into it. Like you have to go on the strip, kind of. Like
no, take Flamingo into the North Ballet.
But like you can't. Well, yeah, that. But like that's like 215. So it's pretty annoying.
Well, how do I get to Venetian? What's the best way to get to Venetian since I'm going there after this?
I usually just take the 215 to 15.
Yeah.
No, not from here.
Not
from
the
here,
15.
yeah.
I just take the 15 straight up.
Listen, nothing's convenient. The whole point is that the fucking F1 is creating a bunch of construction and everything.
That's
is,
what all this construction for is.
I don't think it's
like 3 days.
No, I don't think it's specifically that. They're redoing the entire Tropicana, like that whole exit and
That's
everything
what
else.
I thought, yeah.
It has a lot to do with that, but they are doing a bunch of stuff on Harmon and a few of the other areas on the strip for the F1. But that's just strip traffic. Nobody wants to get involved.
And this traffic report is brought to you by the Only Friends podcast.
I'm still stuck on Cloud now, trying to figure out where he's gonna go by going do 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 do.
Circus.
I mean, that's what I
playing the
normally
fiddle,
do.
obviously.
Yeah.
Circus rooms are going to be $900 a night for.
Shut up.
Bro, that clown is so
F1?
damn bad.
That's not true, is it?
That's what the boys at the poker table were saying.
Okay, well you're
Gotta
playing.
be true,
You're
then.
playing 1-3. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Wow. Don't just insult all the 1-3 players out there, Berk.
I'm not. I'm insulting the ones who think Circus is gonna be $900 a night.
Well, I guess we'll find out, but it sounds
Honestly,
like it's going to be
I believe
really
that.
expensive.
Do you get a side of hepatitis with that $900?
I believe that.
I believe you get a side of hepatitis.
It's going to
with it as well.
be, it's going to be wild.
Yeah, I mean everything is gonna be crazy. I saw we were talking to guys at the Bellagio that like buy and resell stuff, and they were buying F1 tickets. I think they got like the GA passes maybe for like $2,100,
Something like
and
that,
they're
yeah.
flipping for like 2x that cost. And then like
sounds really smart.
yeah, no, of course. Like if you have the option to do it, and then like I guess the premier seats are like near the Bellagio fountain, or like in that vicinity somewhere, and they're going for like upwards of $10K.
I just don't like the entire strip is just going to be shut down. Like, how do you even get in and out? You just don't.
I don't know.
What is the first day of the Grand Prix?
It's end of November, I think, like right around Thanksgiving.
Wow,
I could be wrong though. Is it multiple days?
It's got to be over a weekend, I think.
Oh,
I would hope they'd be doing all this for more than just one day.
I would hope it's a week or two, the way they're doing all this fucking work.
no, I don't think it. I mean, they can't just paralyze the strip forever.
I would think like a weekend.
Yeah.
I would think like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type deal. But
I'm gonna be sitting at home watching it on TV. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
It seems way better. They got helicopters. They got 4K cameras.
November 16th to
16th
18th.
through the 18th.
That
yeah.
sounds
Okay,
like
so
I'll
3
be
days.
in Florida for a tournament series.
It does seem like a good time to be in Florida.
Yeah.
Definitely seems like a good time to be in
maybe
Florida.
online poker will be good because nobody can get to the strip, so we'll be done.
Booming. Yeah, get some high rollers rolling out
Yeah.
there. Shout out to my man Ali.
Yep.
Yo, if the fucking Masters they project to bring in like $17 million.
70.
There's $70 million from merchandise alone.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
What the fuck do you think F1 is going to bring in?
That's a good question. I don't know because I understand the popularity of Masters, right? It's big in the United States, so I'm at least familiar with it. F1 to me just came on my radar when they put out the Netflix series.
Yeah.
I knew nothing of it, right? But it seems to be a worldwide event.
It is.
But like, is it merch? Like, is it merchy though?
Well, I mean, I feel
what are you
like their
getting here?
merch is like a Ferrari leather jacket that goes for $30K.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you see
so Circus, November
here we go.
16th.
What do we
November
got?
18th. I think I'm gonna start flipping rooms on the strip because as of right now it looks like $70.
Yeah, so the
I think I need to book up a whole floor.
the down bad 1-3 guys didn't get it right.
Guess not.
Sorry.
But they might
Sorry,
be
team.
eventually.
Yeah, sure.
It might be when
maybe
Guapo
eventually.
flips it.
Yeah, no shit.
Guapo's in that fucking.
Damn, bro.
Bro,
Imagine-
I gotta tell you, $57 for Circus, you're fucking overpaying.
It's still really high.
That is high.
Yeah, but
None
think
of
about
you-
that when he's going to sell it for 300.
That's right.
None of you guys have stepped foot in Circus to
I have.
know.
And I never will.
I've been there
I've been
3
there.
times.
Yeah.
3 times.
We were
I've
there for
gone-
Skimpy's
We went to the
party.
steakhouse. It's
Yep.
literally called the Steakhouse.
Really good.
It's supposed to be pretty good.
Fantastic.
It's really good. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Wait. So there's like a secret gem in this.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes. I've been there once for Fright Night or whatever the fuck they do during Halloween.
Every night is Fright Night at
Every
Circus
night there.
Circus.
Honestly, the place is scary, man.
Yeah, you look at the down that clown, bro. That clown is scary.
It's not about the clown, man. It's
Nah, you
about
gotta down the clown.
it's,
Down the clown.
it's about
Down
the
that
people.
clown.
It's about the
Downtown.
people shooting up heroin in the back corner of the goddamn casino. That's frightening.
Yeah.
It's bad,
A lot of stuff going on there.
terrifying there.
But that steakhouse, though, busting.
Steakhouse
it
is
is.
really nice.
Man, no one
not
wants
that it's not cheap, but it's not overly pricey. Really good stuff.
Right. It's a normal like strip steakhouse prices.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
maybe
say so.
maybe not quite
Talking
as
about
much.
steakhouses, did you see the fucking review Echo and Rick got?
No,
The new one?
It was a C.
What?
Wait, by who?
Oh,
I
not a
don't-
review. Are you talking about like the
By
the
whom?
board, like as far as like cleanliness and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Wait, what?
Yep, they got a C. Cole Poise put it up the other day.
No way.
Yep, he said, I told you guys this place was shit.
Oh
Piggly, Piggly Wiggly doing the
Yeah.
Lord's work on
Listen,
the reviews.
Listen, you guys want steak? You know where to go.
You?
You just come over to my place and I will cook you guys the best steak.
You treat us right.
Listen, here's the deal. You bring the meat, I bring the heat.
Let the man fucking cook.
Let him cook.
Let him
Um,
cook.
yeah, I don't know. Getting back to the Masters, I don't know like what or how they're doing so much merch sale. I imagine it's like literally just all green polos with the Masters logo on it. But
and the hat with the rope on it.
yeah.
I mean, those things are probably fucking expensive, honestly.
Sounds
Sure.
like you should reflip them.
I mean, it sounds like everyone there has to have at least one of these items in order to belong. Golf is like another sport that it's difficult for me to understand how it's like an in-person spectator sport. Like you just kind of like chill at a hole You get to see one hole played by multiple people.
And then you like walk sometimes if you want to follow someone.
Yeah, if you want to follow a certain golfer, I think you can walk the whole course or something, right?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know how hectic it is. If they're doing $70 million in sales and merch, I imagine there's a lot of fucking people out there.
It has to be a shitload of people, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Like,
absurd.
I get it for like Tiger Jam, and is that the one that Justin Timberlake's always a part of, or is there another one?
Waste management seems like fun.
Like charity.
Was it the Shriners one?
Shriners one, yeah. I get it for those types of things because like if you just chill at one hole, you get to see like, you know, a couple dozen celebrities kind of doing their thing and like all that fun stuff. But if you actually want to watch, you know, a full round of golf, it seems like TV coverage is unbeatable here.
For sure.
Although I imagine like the Masters is just like
just the
an
experience of being there for sure. That merch line was wild though. I mean, it was packed. It looked like Taylor Swift merch line. It was absolutely crazy.
Somebody said some of the merch is clubs and equipment, so that can add up.
Listen.
Oh yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
So far on Taylor's tour. Listen. She's been to three stops, right? She's been to Arizona, Glendale, Arizona, here in Vegas, and Arlington, Dallas area. Already 500,000 people seen her show. Isn't that fucking wild? 3 cities, 500,000 people.
She's very
and one
popular.
of them was Brian Lamana.
Saying.
If Taylor has one fan, it's you. If she has no fans,
sounds like she has at least 500,000.
Yeah, she's out there. Really bad news. Efro just typed in the chat. Sorry to hear it. He said he got some really bad health news, and it looks like he's going to miss the WSOP 2023.
Oh.
Got to give him a shout out. He's one of our favorites. I hope everything gets better.
Yep.
If there's anything
Best
we can
wishes to
do,
you, Eric.
obviously, you know, don't hesitate. We're happy to help.
Absolutely.
Unless you want a room at Circus Circus, we can't do
Right,
that.
we can't get you a room in Circus Circus. we'll do better for you, man.
Yeah.
We'll do better for you. Getting into a little bit of the poker current landscape, I guess. Moneymaker made his stream debut last night.
Yep.
It was a stream debut, at least for Hustler, I guess.
For Hustler, I guess. Yeah, he's played on like Poker Night in America and other stuff in the
He
past.
got wrecked by me in the main event.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Connie just out here throwing daggers. I see. I didn't get to watch much of the stream. Saw a couple of the highlight hands. Seemed like Rob Kuhn kind of got the best of him in a few spots. Johnny Vibes was in the mix. A bit of the normal midweek crew. I think Torelli was in the game as well. But it looked like it got a little lit towards the end.
It looked like everybody got the best of themselves last night.
Yeah.
There we go. Yo, let him cook.
Oh my god. We're off stream, right? Let's go!
Listen, in the world of social media, you're never off stream.
You're never, ever off stream.
He's vibing though.
He was feeling himself. He's cat jamming out there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, really getting after it. And honestly, like I would, as a viewer, I wouldn't think anything of this. I just find this to be entertaining. Chris is a funny guy.
Yeah, I think he was having a good time. He did tweet that he's not going to play the next couple of days, and he kind of feels ashamed of himself. But hey, listen, we've all been there.
You cooked.
I've had a few drinks in my day and did some dumb stuff. But if that's the worst thing you did, not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that this is good TV. I'm not sure if he just feels a little bit hungover, if he actually feels a little bad about.
He said he doesn't drink that much anymore, so that could be the case.
Yeah. In any event, Chris, we're here to give you whatever pass it is you need to get back on stream.
Yeah, you're back in.
You and I'm sure all of the ACR reps will agree that you're fine to just get on there, have a couple more cocktails, and
Let him cook.
maybe Dougie a little.
Start dancing on him. Yeah.
I would love to see him do it.
Let that man cook.
Oh, man.
Someone send this man some Advil. He's having a day.
Advil. It's a wonder drug. It really is. I've had a few, take 2 in the morning. Ask me how you're doing. It's amazing.
You're
You don't even have an ad read, Brian.
You're a resident father.
He's a dog dad.
Listen,
such a dog
just
dad.
saying, it's like you have one too many drinks, and you just, you drink about a liter of water, goddamn liter of water, and
Man.
about 3 Advil.
Honestly,
take a nap, you're good to go.
Honestly, the world is is very remiss that we don't just give Lamana the reins for like a week to just host this show and just run it back. Like, in my day.
My day? I did that.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Shit, saw me at Taylor Swift.
Yeah, shit.
We did see him at Taylor Swift.
Yeah, we did.
Having a good time.
He was definitely getting lit. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Honestly, like, it's funny that he's able to joke about it now because I have endless stories of Lamana in his absolute worst form, and he gets so fucking mad.
Well, come on.
when I
We have
retell
nothing
them.
else to talk about.
No,
So anyways.
I can't. But most of them revolve around the Steelers playoff games. First and foremost, like that's the peak Lamana right there at his bomber peaking moments is the Steelers in the playoffs,
Well,
winning or losing going into the fourth quarter.
yeah.
Gets real bad.
The thing is, the Steelers, they never just blow a team out and you're like,
No,
good. Like,
always
no.
one-score game.
No, it's always stressful the whole way through. So I'm just chugging beers the whole
Right.
the whole
Yeah,
game.
I won't get into the semantics of it all, but like just know that there's a story where he stole a man's wife. There's a story.
He asked me to. I think we actually told that story before.
There's a story where in front of a fully a ceiling to floor window, he was standing buck naked in the
That's because you guys stole my clothes. I mean, I took them off myself. You decided to steal them from me. I was going to put my clothes back on, but then I had no clothes to put back on, thus being naked.
right. You do what you got to do. There's another one of him eating a Subway sandwich. At like 4 a.m. outside of Mandalay Bay.
That's so good.
where
Such a good
I don't
sandwich.
even remember what happened, but midway through the sandwich, he just put it down and created horns out of his hair.
Oh, to have hair again.
Yeah, this one I'm missing some details too, but that was great. There's another one where
I love when there's when there's days and nothing going on, nothing to talk about, because you never know what we're gonna be talking about. Just like I love these days. These no content days. Yeah, they're great.
It's Thursday, obviously.
I'm here to fill the show with content.
I'm also
You're welcome.
I'm doing you a
My
huge service.
backlog of 20 years of doing stupid
to be
shit.
fair, I'm doing
Thank you, Moneymaker, for bringing this back to life. I really appreciate that. Right. You goes and gets drunk on the stream, and I'm the one taking strays. Jesus Christ.
He said it's okay, buddy. Everything's fine. Now, Lamana, let's talk about your past.
That's unbelievable, the tortoise.
I'm doing him a huge favor. I'm leaving out all of the gory details. There was another time where I found him in my closet holding a bottle of Grey Goose.
I was scared.
Hiding from someone.
I was scared.
God, they were. Those were the days, man.
He was holding a bottle of Grey Goose in your
He
closet.
was holding a bottle of Grey Goose like it was
I knew
his.
I was going to be in there for a while, so I figured I'd bring a drink with me or a bottle.
There was a woman just tearing through our apartment looking for him. Where is he? I know he's up here.
She didn't find me. Hence, I'm still here.
She didn't check my closet. When we were little kids, we used to have sleepovers, and he would light his bangs on fire.
Yeah, that's how you burn down the woods.
Right, yeah,
yeah.
you weren't here for that.
No, yeah, he was a bit of a pyro. All right, enough. The man is cooked.
Thanks. I'm fucking burnt to
He's,
a crisp.
he's
He
overdone.
overcooked. He overcooked.
He's overdone. We've overcooked Lamana. Oh man, that was great. That should be a weekly
He's
segment.
crying. Look at him.
I'm in tears, man. It was so good. It's so good because I have the full memory in my head, and I'm only
know.
telling you guys like the sliver of a detail.
You're saying the wholesome
I drink
version.
to forget, and then he's there fucking sober,
remember.
documenting everything.
Well, Geno's the one that records everyone.
That
He just
is
has
true.
mental
Yo,
notes.
That is
Geno's
true.
fucking backlog of videos.
Just a Rolodex of.
Honestly, it's going to be
fucking
bad.
bad
I mean, at some point in time, obviously, like no one's cloud is ever going to be safe again, and everything is always going to leak out and,
Right.
and whatnot, or she's going to die, and it's going to come out. There is going to be hundreds of hours Like, you know how you're always like, people are afraid of their nudes getting leaked or sex tapes or whatever. No. There's just gonna be hundreds of hours of me eating that gets leaked out of Jeno's phone.
Anytime Berkey strays from
If I have a piece of bread,
right,
she's
she just
there.
pops out of nowhere with her phone. Like,
Got your ass.
Yep.
And you and your dancing
eating a fucking peanut butter, a peanut butter M&M. Yeah.
Like, let me fucking live a little. Jesus Christ. Oh man. All right. That was fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Oh, no better time than now. If you guys haven't already, be sure to head over to solve4y.io. We have a new course up by Ewan McNicholas, how to wade your way through the deep waters of 3-bet pots at high SPRs. That's now live. Also, we have 2 academies coming up. One very soon, less than 2 weeks away, April 15th to the 18th, our final Poker Out Loud Academy for the year. We're going to start doing this once a year instead of it being the normal structure. We're going to go back to the regular former structure moving forward. So this is a 4-day long academy, 2 days of gameplay, 2 days of study. When you're playing, you'll obviously be playing the Poker Out Loud format where you speak your thoughts out in real time, and we'll be doing commentary over top of it to point out your leaks.
I'm pretty sure this thing's going to be sold out by the end of the weekend. So we only have
we only have 2 seats left.
So if you want them, snag them because they're going to be gone.
That's right. Tell them, Lamana.
You can snag
The
the
manager.
updates of Matt versus Nick this weekend.
We also have a tournament academy to get you ready for the WSOP. That's May 24th to the 27th. Matt Hunt is going to be the lead instructor there. Each day of the academy will represent a different phase of the event. So day 1 will be early stages. Day 4 will be final tables. You guys will play a simulated version of this tournament from day 1 through 4. We have a handful of seats left for that. If you guys are interested, head to academy.solve4y.io. Click the banner up above. That'll give you more details for the Tournament Academy. All right, let's get to the shits. I'm catching strays again. I didn't fucking do anything.
Into the juice.
I'm just hanging out, doing nothing, and I'm, I give myself
off Twitter as much as you
much as I can. I give myself an hour a day just to like do business stuff. So like, people are like, oh, he's not really off Twitter. It's like, well, I schedule a bunch of tweets for the business that they're supposed to go out.
And sometimes business means playing people heads up.
Apparently, I couldn't keep my mouth shut yesterday. So for like the last 4 or 5 days, I just keep seeing Persson in my mentions, and he's just trashing me, and I don't understand why. He was like calling me a fake tough guy whenever the Bellagio thing happened, and then he was asking me his followers like, can you actually fight if you're wearing a teal blue shirt? And it's like, first of all, motherfucker, it's baby blue. Okay, let's get something straight. We're not in any teal here. And then yesterday he just comes out of nowhere and he starts saying something along the lines of, I don't know if you have the thread or not, Guapo, but he said something along the lines of like, Doug posted, can you imagine saying you don't want to stream something and then doing an hour and a half hand review? Seems quite contradictory to me. And Persson replied with, come on, you know why? He's like scared of Airball, and he doesn't want to get embarrassed on TV in front of everybody, yada, 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 or whatever.
And he called you a dog to Airball.
Oh, yeah. He said I'm like clearly a huge dog in this match or whatever. I was like, okay, well, I'll back the truck up on you next, big guy. And like, I said it kind of tongue in cheek. As far as I know, I don't have any issues with Persons. Like, I played with him a few times. I like the guy. I went to Jeremiah's wedding, which was at his house. Like, he's a good dude. We've had conversations, but I mean, if he wants to play heads up poker, I'm no expert, but I'll play.
Yeah, you don't have to have an issue with someone to play them heads up.
No,
you can just play them.
That's true.
Just make sure you follow all the stipulations.
Yeah, so he posted stipulations and then deleted it. I can't really follow what he was even asking.
From my understanding,
or why I'm getting called a big shot here.
From my understanding, big shot is that
Moonflaw big shot.
So for heads up for $1 million,
okay,
you can sit down for $250,000 increments. But if you went below the $250,000, then it had to be 100% of your money, big shot.
Okay, I think it always had to be 100% of your money.
I think that's what I understood.
Yeah,
I understood that he just wants you to feel max pain,
right, and you can
it has to be all your
you
money.
can only add back on. You can only reload if you're below 250, and when you do reload, it has to be for another 250.
Okay, let me read what he wrote. and then we can discuss.
Yeah.
He said, okay, $1 million buy-in heads up over 100 hours. You can buy in on 250K increments only whenever you below 250K, and it has to be 100% of your money.
Right.
No begging on your knees to your backers or 1 million payment to the other if discovered. What now, big shot?
Okay, a few problems here. Number one, when it comes to call it relative net worth and money for games like this, it's like if you have 1% of your net worth, but you're giga rich, this isn't going to affect you.
Right.
But if someone has all of themselves in this thing where it's 100% and goes straight broke, the pain tolerance is different.
Well, I think that's what he wants.
That's what he wants. That's what he presses. That's what he uses. That's his leverage.
Right, but he's not in under any pain.
But he knows that.
Yeah.
Why is he the pain bringer? Why is he allowed to be the pain bringer?
Because he's giving up an edge.
He's giving up money.
Yeah.
Literally.
Right. And he knows he's, not the best player in this matchup.
I mean, I have to say,
I don't know about all that.
What I think would be, well, so like it's weird when you put monetary punishment on it. So it's like no begging to your knees on backers or 1 million payment to the other if discovered. It's like, well, if I had backers and it got discovered, I probably don't have $1 million behind for you to take as punishment.
That is very true.
You have to talk to the backers again.
And also, like,
You're just in debt to him. You got to make payments.
I'm also like just very confused about the structure. So it's like, okay, so it's $1 million buy-in.
No, it's not $1 million buy-in.
It says, okay, $1 million buy-in.
Yes, but it's not. But you have to understand what he wrote. It's not.
I don't understand what he wrote.
I'm here for you. Don't worry, big shot.
To the poker go
All right,
thing.
I got this, big shot. I'm going to teach you what it is, big shot. It's you have to bring $1 million to the casino.
$1 million. Okay.
At least, at the bare minimum. Okay? And you guys are going to play for 100 hours.
Okay.
You can buy in for increments of $250,000.
Okay.
I mean, you can add on whenever you want. You can,
as long as you're below 250.
if you below 250, big shot.
Yeah.
100% your own money.
No,
If you go to 240,000, that 240,000 in play must be your money.
No, that
big.
doesn't make sense.
But this is what he's saying. I don't care what makes sense. I'm just telling you what the man's saying. Big shot.
I don't.
You're Big Shot Berkey now.
I'm gonna open a Zoom
Berkey.
link, so Persson hit us up if you want to explain.
I don't think that's what it is. I think he wants it to be 100% of my own money, no matter what.
That's what I think too. Yeah. And what he's saying is that you can add on anytime you're below 250. And it's like the Poker Go $1 million buy-in where it's not $1 million buy-in to start. There's increments where there it was.
I think he was trying to do exactly what
Yeah.
what Nick and I have set up, where like I can play whatever stack I want, but if I add on, it has to be to the minimum buy-in.
Right.
So like with Airball and me, it's 100K min, and I can play whatever stack I want. If I get down to 15K, like the final 3 hands of the last session, I had 15K from me. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to add on for 3 hands. I just
there's
want to go
no
home.
auto top up.
Right. So I can play that stack. But if I top up, I can't top up to like 30 or 40 or 50 or 60. I have to top up to 100.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's trying to say is that it's 250K minimum. And if you top up,
Yeah.
it has to be the 250.
In Eric's defense, maybe he realized it was a little incoherent. That's why he deleted it.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Well, he can repost it with more clearer terms.
He's still working on it.
Yeah.
Still editing it.
Big Shot.
Mr. Big Shot. I mean, to be completely clear, I'm not going to play a heads up match where I have $1 million of my own action in play. It's just it's too much of my net worth.
Right,
like,
of course.
if I had 5 million, okay, then I would consider it. But I don't have 5 million. Well, actually, let's see how the next few weeks go. Let's see how the next few weeks go.
Based.
Maybe I'll reconsider.
Yeah.
But as of now, that's a little steep.
You're just
Right.
parlaying wins into wins, but you have to have the first one.
I would consider at least doing $1 million heads up match first persons with 100K minimum buy-in.
Playing 50,
just-
playing Q4?
Yeah, similar structure to like what Airball and I are doing.
Yeah,
Because at that point, my risk of ruin is at least somewhat manageable. Like 10 buy-ins is a lot different than 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like shit just happens.
Yeah,
whenever
sometimes you
only
get
have
straight
4.
flush versus royal flush.
Yeah. You know, you don't want to be on the wrong side of 4 of those.
Yeah, buy-ins aren't real for your guys' thing. Like you guys buy in for 100K, and it's just like
we're just so deep all the time,
and you just all the money goes in all the time somehow.
Not really. I mean, so it's weird. I was actually just thinking about that. I've only been all in and called twice. Actually, neither time was I all in and called. I've never been all in and called in this match so far versus Nick.
You've called all in.
I've called all in twice. Once with the Ace King versus Jacks, where I got lucky and hit a 10. The other time was the King 9 versus Jack 9, where he was bluffing. And those were both, you can't call them small pots. The Ace King versus Jacks was a 200K pot. The King 9 versus Jack 9 was a 400-ish K pot, which is pretty wild when you think about it, man. Like, that's a 1,000 big blind pot that was just 3-bet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All the money goes in all the time. Like
just like bet jam on river. You know, it's just in there. But I've been all in and not called probably, I don't know, 6 to 10 times throughout this match. Airball has been all in and not called, I think only once or twice.
You don't like folding, yeah.
I don't like folding. And the times that he was all in and wasn't called, I folded pretty good hands. When I say pretty good, it's like I knew I was value betting thin, and then I got jammed on.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like, wow, I was value betting thin, and now I got jammed on. Do I have a bluff catcher?
Yeah.
So I folded a couple of them, but the other ones I just called. So the Queen Jack for 6s, I called all in.
That's a really good hand. 6s was a really, really good hand.
Yeah, that was a good hand. The big pot. The other one was, I guess he wasn't all in. The 7-5 versus my 9-10. Yeah. Yeah, so he's only been all in and called once. The Queen Jack for 6s. Yeah. So not, I mean, the money doesn't go in that much.
I guess when I say money, all the money goes in, I just mean
lots of big blinds.
Playing many big blind pots in spots where they probably aren't worth, like each hand from both sides are probably not worth that many big blinds.
Right.
But now you just have to deal with it.
I mean, for me personally, that is live poker in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Like my entire career is just like finding ways to navigate pots being far larger than they ever should be for the hand candidates that are actually in play. But oftentimes it's just a byproduct of one of the two players disobeying equity thresholds, right? And just like kind of saying like, oh, or believing that they're higher up in their range than they are. And so like once one person overinvests, the overinvestment just like floods in from both sides, because now all of a sudden there's a big pot to be played, right? And if you're like the bottom of the best hands that you can possibly have, it's worth a big pot.
Yeah. If somebody starts value betting,
someone knocking at the door.
I don't know, like it's Persson. He's here to play heads up.
There's a truck outside, it sounds like, too.
We don't want any. Go away. We have a show to run here.
Yeah. It's like, well, when someone starts not value betting too thin, you now have to start bluff catching a little bit wider, I suppose, in some ways, where like some hands that you would fold in normal situations now have to call because some hands that shouldn't
raising
bet.
water.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. You're just putting money in the pot. The looser people are putting money in the pot, the looser you respond by putting money in the pot. Whether it's aggressively or passively, just depends on their tendencies, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the more people overinvest in marginal equity, the more you counter by overinvesting in marginal equity as well. That's just slightly better.
Takes two to tango, and you're both tangoers.
Right. Yeah, because the alternative would be that you just like kind of let them win if you start to, if you recognize that they're investing too much money with weak hands, and you respond by like folding hands that are slightly better. They're doing their job then.
Yeah, you get wrecked.
Yeah, they kind of like merge what they would consider their bottom of value for now bluffs. Big shout out to Lee Jones. Hit us with a super chat. He says, you have an edge. Shouldn't you limit variance? And conversely, Nick wants to play monsters. It's like casino crap games. The casino wants 1 E6 rolls. I don't even know what that means. I've never played craps. The player's best shot is to 2x and put the bankroll on the pass line. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Basically, like, don't let him martingale you. But we're playing such a low volume that it's just a get the money now type of strategy. Like, sure, there are certain things that you could do to lessen variance. Like, do I want to play a 7-bet all-in pot pre with less than kings or aces? Probably not. But like, if I see a willing, but like, relax. But like, if I see that he has a willingness to, like start sticking in all the money pre with, you know, ace queen suited or ace king, then like, yeah, you just have to, you know, there's just too much money out there. So poker's weird. You're always operating on the margins. You're fighting for like a 2, 3, 4% edge. And with casino house games, it's like the edge is usually smaller, but it's fixed. In poker, it's variable. Right. So it's like in any one given spot, you can't really ever pass on being a favorite because somewhere down the line, you're going to be on the reverse side of that. And you're going to have to, you know, compensate it for it somewhere. And it's taking the edge when you have the edge because you're going to be priced in to like sacrifice an edge, so to speak, right?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the key with poker as a whole and why it's very beatable at lower stakes is because most people really want to have that high degree of confidence in their edge in the certain instance where you have a really, really good hand and then get bet into type stuff versus making the thin bluff catches or bluffing themselves because these edges in their own mind are pretty small. Right, but when you start fighting for pots more and trying to win, you start realizing how high variance poker actually can be, especially in a format like Heads Up, where you're just throwing money in the middle, and then if you have a hand that's reasonable enough, you're like, well, all right, this hand's I guess good enough for this time, and then you just go on put the money in.
Yeah, feels bad to be wrong.
I have some breaking news, guys.
Oh no!
Oh boy!
I have a CSA.
Oh no!
I was looking through Twitter as we were sitting here.
This is all a mistake.
And, you know, Jeff Boski posted something, you know, from his stream on ACR the other day. And I just so happened it seemed who he was sponsored by. If you look at the bottom right, that is Peppermint Hippo. That is a local Las Vegas strip club.
That's strong.
I had to stop the show for that because I started dying laughing.
That is very strong.
That was just fucking hilarious.
That's so strong. He's really been working that angle for a long time, man. Boski's like out in these streets. He was the originator of getting like 20 super hot girls on the thumbnail and just rolling with it.
Wait, so there's a peppermint rhino and a peppermint hippo?
No, spearmint rhino.
Oh,
Peppermint
yes.
hippo.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Where exactly is the peppermint hippo?
I heard it's like right across the
For
street.
research purposes, Guapo?
I've never heard of the
I
peppermint
can
hippo.
only imagine that it was the owners.
That's an actual thing, peppermint hippo.
It's got to be the greatest troll of all time.
Of
I heard
course,
it's literally
yes.
across the street.
It has to be the same owners. Like they broke up. Like they said just two owners broke off and they started something across the street.
Kind of like
called,
Lowe's and Home Depot.
Is that really what happened?
It was a married couple.
No way.
It's like Bumble and Tinder,
they broke
too.
and they split, and then I don't know which one started first. I think maybe Home Depot was first, then it went to then the other one started Lowe's, or vice versa. I'm not exactly sure the details, but yeah.
So the wife got to keep the original, and then
I don't know the exact details. I just know that they were a married couple that owned one, and then they split, and then
They balkanized.
yeah.
Same thing with the founder of Bumble. She was, I can't remember if she was dating the CEO of Tinder or like someone in the higher up of Tinder, or if she was actually a part of the board herself. I can't recall. But anyway, there was a falling out in that relationship, and she just split off and said like, "Fuck you, I'm just gonna start a competing app," and crushed it. Man, somebody should buy the place across the street from the lodge and just create the cabin.
Is that what you were going to do?
that's fucking hilarious.
That's good.
I think it's like 52 social or something like that. Like,
Yeah, call it the cabin.
just the cabin. You know,
I wonder what's
chill
wrong
at the
with that.
cabin. Huh?
So I wonder what's wrong with that place.
Well, I mean, you know, you have to compete against the lodge. They're doing really well.
Fuck.
Location stuff. It's literally like right across the street. I actually think that the Peppermint Hippo is also right across the street.
It says 1531 South Las Vegas Boulevard. So
Don't act like we know the fucking address. To Spearmint Rhino, man.
Hey, I'm just saying.
52 whatever it is, 52 Social, whatever that place is across the street, has awesome food, and it's open to like 3 o'clock in the morning.
They have a restaurant
and
inside.
it's the only place in Austin, Texas or Round Rock that's open at that time. So it's a great place to go for food.
One of those places should just get like Terry Blacks to open a fucking restaurant inside.
They probably do pretty damn good. Just like at a takeout, just alone. Like, or just like Uber Eats or something. Just like make that your Uber Eats location, and then poker players.
Yeah, I feel like having it on site would be a massive advantage.
Oh, you want it to be on site?
No. That's what
it's on site.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
have the restaurant use that as their Uber Eats location.
Sorry, I was misunderstanding. I thought you were saying like have them be like a partner.
No.
Yeah. Like having because obviously they can Uber Eats anything that they want to the place.
Yeah.
But I feel like the convenience of it actually like being on location and the foot traffic there would just be so massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also the spillover effect, right? You know, it's like, hey, let's go to the barbecue joint at the lodge.
Should I move to Austin and start a barbecue barbecue place in all the card houses?
Wow.
Tortoise barbecue.
Brian Bobby's barbecue.
I don't know, man. I don't think they're gonna take to you being their barbecue master.
Why not?
You need a local. Like that's the whole thing. You don't have any Texas in you.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of transplants to.
You think
like
I want
Austin
somebody from LA coming to Permanis and throwing up a fucking garbage
no.
plate?
My dad came from Maryland to Florida for a Steelers
Listen,
bar.
I think there are a lot of transplants into like Austin that open up barbecue spots. If you make good barbecue, you get the respect.
That's true.
All there is to it.
That's true. Yeah, you just can't be the face of the company. You gotta get.
That's what
something,
the tortoise is for.
You gotta get something more. Yeah, the tortoise barbecue.
We'll make Caitlin the face. She's from Texas.
That's true. That is true. Caitlin from Texas. We can call it Caitlin from Texas barbecue or the tortoise barbecue, and you can have a special. You can have a special dish of barbecued tortoise.
It's
it's
Caitlin's barbecue place that's ghosted by the tortoise.
I would never. I would
Ghost
never
kitchen.
barbecue a tortoise.
I wouldn't imagine it would be
no
very
turtle,
good.
no turtle soup.
Yeah, they do barbecue like
Save our tortoises.
gators and yeah.
I had frog legs for the first time a few weeks ago. They were
They're good.
really good.
You had
Frog legs are
frog
great.
legs?
They were delicious.
They're sneak good, yeah.
All right. So we want to hear the whole story about how you
I think
ate
I
frog.
told it already. I went with Emma to Partage. Yeah,
That makes
Portage
sense.
is really
place.
good. Very expensive, but very good.
yeah. It was okay. It's not a lot of wet meat.
I mean, it's very.
I'm sure
high
for a refined palate, it's fucking
dining
amazing.
French food, yeah.
But like, yeah,
If you're real hungry, don't go there.
yeah, small portions.
Right.
The meat was wet,
The meat
but the frog legs were great. Frog legs were great.
Mhm.
They were really delicious.
Yeah, it's like chicken.
It really does. I said when I was eating them, I go, I know this is really insulting, but these taste exactly like a McDonald's chicken nugget.
McDonald's chicken nugget. That's not the chicken I was thinking. I was thinking like a nice little,
No,
kinda-
because
it kinda
they're
tilts
like
me when
flash
you-
fried.
It kind of tilts me when you say wet meat. Like you don't like a béarnaise sauce on your steak.
No, ooh, God,
my
no.
God,
Let the
that's
meat
so
speak
wild
for
to me.
itself, man. I want salt and pepper. That's it,
Yeah.
and a little bit of
He doesn't like
Butter.
sauces. He's not a saucy kind of guy,
like-
you know?
Also, it's just like meat is fucking delicious. Like if you have some au jus, fine. Like whatever. That's just the runoff anyway. It's still meat, but I don't need like be bringing no vinegar and shit up in my.
I mean, like a chimichurri sauce is just so good.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like something spicy.
On the side.
I need
though,
something
the
spicy
side.
on
I mean, if
everything
you-
nowadays.
I agree with the steak. Like, I want my steak to be, pretty basic with the salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic maybe. But, a little chimichurri sauce on the side, a little horseradish.
The lower
creamy
quality the
horseradish,
meat, the more I can understand you wanting it to be wet. Like if you have a meatball, like yeah, put that shit in sauce. It's trashy ground meat mixed with fucking breadcrumbs.
That's
like,
true.
you
You're not
know?
gonna dump a bunch of sauce on like a Wagyu steak.
That's what I'm saying, man. You get me.
Yeah,
You know.
There's a
I hear
scale
you.
to it.
I just
There
want
is.
to taste that rendered fat
Mhm.
and just like,
Yeah.
oh,
God, I want a
More
steak.
butter.
I want butter.
All right, let's go to lunch. End the pod.
I might just skip the Venetian tournament and go get steak.
More steak, more steak. Looking forward or looking ahead, I guess, to tomorrow and then the rest of the weekend, we got the big heads up match coming up again Saturday through Monday.
Who's playing?
Rumor is that Brown Balla and Landon are going to play heads up battleship in the bathroom,
Okay.
and that will determine how many breaks
Bathroom
we get.
battleship.
He and I are gonna probably do something at some point. I think we're both gonna stream, play some. I think probably an ACR.
Yeah.
On some of the days you guys are doing stuff, and then like I'll tweet some updates. But like I didn't want to have the whole challenge thing, but definitely willing to play when time permits, like on some weekends.
Does that mean I have to update Twitter with
With
what's going on
Landon's,
in your guys'?
No, because I think we're
Because
both
it'll be
going to
on
be
stream.
streaming it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
we'll
lot
both stream with
better.
whole cards. Have some entertainment for the people.
Just
You
a
can
link.
have.
All you gotta do is just post the link.
Right.
That's easy.
That's a lot easier.
We have poker's Michael Schofield.
Did you guys know it's Easter this weekend?
Yes.
I didn't.
What's
No.
Easter?
I mean, it's a religious holiday. But yeah,
Today's Holy Thursday.
yep. Tomorrow's Good Friday. The resident Catholic in us, we understand. But yeah, so we're still ironing out what's going to happen with breaks and whatnot. Waiting for Phil to make a ruling. So we need to.
It's
So
Phil Smiley Face.
Here are the things that Phil Smiley Face is currently ruling on. Break times and how many of them were allotted. What was it? Oh, phone usage during hands, which is going to be very difficult to police, but God bless him, he's going to attempt to make some sort of ruling. Dealing with the stop loss and penalties. I'm rooting for us to have some sort of escrow, but I'm not sure what makes the most amount of sense. Phil's going to make a decision. And then from Airball side, he wants a penalty in place if we're late.
You're
Which
fucked.
you would think, but I've been
No.
very, very
I'm joking.
prompt for this one.
Yeah.
In spite of his reports. He said that I was 10 minutes late to the last match when I have like a text thread with Leon asking him to pull my chips at 3:45. And then I got there at like 4 on the dot, and like the floor was still sorting out Airball's Baccarat chips and cash and waiting to get all of that done before they could get my chips. I was like, okay, well, we're starting late
Are the
because
times the same? Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday,
2,
Sunday's 2.
and then 4:00 on Monday.
Yep, that's the plan. So yeah, and then the other thing, way too early with the music. The other thing that Phil has to rule on is me, quote unquote, angling.
You got to stop fucking angling, big shot.
Yeah, what the hell was he talking about? You fake folding?
I was
Like,
in
what
the
is it-
tank in a big pot, and I kept picking my cards up and slamming them down, which is
You
like,
goddamn angle shooter.
I know, yeah, that's egregious, man.
Jesus.
Like, what
Does
are we?
Risotto have a line on their table?
Of course they do.
Oh, so what the fuck is he talking about?
I have no idea. No idea. There was like no point in time where my cards were like near the muck and I retrieved them or anything along those lines. Like, I was just having a funeral for my hand that I ended up paying $500,000 for anyway.
He should have let you fold it then.
Yeah. Yeah. Rule it dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark it 0.
Bring us the money back.
Give me the money back. So yeah, I don't really know. I mean, like, these things are already policed within the rules of the game. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, somebody was asking me the other day, like, can you give me an example of an angle? And I was actually struggling because so much of it is written into the rules. I was struggling because he's also a layperson, so like, you can't like get too in the weeds as far as like, oh well, if you did this, this, and this. So I was like trying to think of common ones, and I was just like, well, there's a big chip rule, so you can't use that one. There's, you know, all of these things that it's really difficult to actually come up with good examples of an angle because, you know, the written rules of the casino kind of mostly protect the player. So I don't really know what Phil is going to rule on that, if anything, other than if you see something, call the floor type of thing. Like, this is why we have a floor person.
Right.
But I'm very confident.
It's Phil now.
Right. I'm very confident I wasn't angling. Like,
No.
it would be like me saying he was angling when he cut out his call 6 different times and then mucked after 7 minutes. It's like, yeah, that's what people do on the river when facing a big decision. But anyway, I'll be curious to see like how all of that gets ruled. I'm excited to play again, man. I'm chomping at the
We're
bit.
excited
go.
to get updates from it.
Yeah. The time off has been worse than I expected it to be because I'm not as focused. Like, I need the time off to get caught up on all the
Right.
shit that I'm neglecting, but it's really, really hard to start worrying about like marketing campaigns and emails and the shit that I'm supposed to pay attention to when I could just be like reviewing and, you know, drilling and doing shit like that, because it's always in the forefront of like, okay, well, we have this 7-figure match on the line. Like, I really want to get after it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for that. Tomorrow, do we have a guest, Landon? Is that confirmed? Or not?
Not confirmed yet, but potentially.
Okay, so we may have a guest tomorrow. We're hopeful to talk about the GG rake thing. If that's the case, we'll fill you guys in a little bit more. We're going to be a late start tomorrow, so we're going to try something new on the days that I'm playing Bellagio. I have an early seat tomorrow, so we're going to try to do 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. If you guys don't mind tuning in a little bit later tomorrow. That's going to do it for us today. We're going to get out of here a little bit early. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and be sure to join us tomorrow afternoon as we take a little bit of a preview into the weekend for this heads up match, as well as discuss the rake hikes over at GG. Thank you guys as always for tuning in. We'll see you guys then.
Peace.